Okay, after curving is done, you can skip this process, okay? But I recommend using a shellac and also denatured alcohol mix. I mean, these days isopropyl alcohol. Mix half and half. Shellac is alcohol based, so you can dilute, you can thin out with alcohol, okay? And there used to be denatured alcohol, but denatured alcohol is so difficult to find these days. So you can just use isopropyl alcohol, just rubbing alcohol, okay? And then what you do is using any kind of a brush to coat entire surface. This may help printing because once you are coating the surface of wood, ink may not get absorbed too much. So ink may stand on top of the surface a little bit more, okay? So I recommend that for going through this. And if you don't want to deal with this part, you can skip this part, okay? But often I recommend shielding the surface with diluted shellac, okay? All right, so, and of course you have to wait a little bit. So I already have shellacked onto this. So this one already being shellacked. I mean, without shellac, you can still print it. You may have to print many, many times until the ink is actually being built on top of this surface. So before you print, I want you to have your papers ready, okay? This Yastomo sketch paper, that's 12 by 18. And if you can cut into half, that becomes 9 by 12. Right? Okay, so that's 9 by 12. I also recommend you guys to make some newsprints cut into the same size, okay, of 9 by 12. It's good to start with a newsprint and then later for a Japanese sketch paper, okay? All right, so one thing I recommend you guys to do before you actually pour out some ink is making a template. Template is something you designate where the paper, where is a block, okay? So if I do this now, I can mark that I'm just using this a brown paper for my template. You can mark the size of the paper. All right, so I just marked the size of the paper on this template, okay? And then next thing you do is locating the block, right? So block size is, my block is 8 by 6. So it should be much smaller than paper size, right? So before you locate, it's good to think about what's the orientation of the image. Shall I see this as orientation or shall I go like this as portrait as orientation of paper? Okay, so my case, I see this as this is orientation. So I see as a portrait. So I'm marking this is the top, okay? And try to be centered. But I always have to have a little bit more extra space on the bottom. I think that makes sense aesthetically. So I'm just measuring this. This is the 1.5 inch and the bottom is a little bit over 2 inch. Okay. Okay, so I just made this template indicating that's the top side. In my case, I made a template for portrait orientation of the image. All right. So you can use as it is, or you can actually put the template underneath of the plastic sheet so the ink doesn't get to the template. Okay. You don't have to, but I normally do this. I make this template 17 by 14 with a Bristol and plastic sheet, making this flap like that, and inserting the template inside like this. So a template doesn't get ink from the bottom of the block. Okay, so that's something I normally do. Okay, all right, let's talk about the ink. Okay, so I'm gonna open my Caligo ink can, black ink. Open the ink, right? And probably I recommend you guys to wear gloves when you are handling the ink. And when you are handling paper, you are not wearing gloves. Okay, so that's how you can manage your area. And the ink, for the inking, it's good to have an ink putty knife. Okay. All right, I know many of you guys using a tube from of ink, but if you are, in case you're using ink from a can, try to take the ink from a surface rather than stabbing in to make hole. Okay, try to get some ink from the surface. Okay, if you stab to make hole, that you may get some dry spot. Okay, so it's good to take from top surface. Okay. This is my rubber brayer. The kind you should look for is soft rubber brayer, and I recommend this size 4-inch soft rubber brayer. Okay. There's some hard one which I find difficult to roll up ink, so get the soft one, right? And 4-inch is very good size for many activities. And take some ink first from the original slot, but then spread onto the different surface. Okay, make a thin layer. You never go like this and go like that. Don't do it. No. You always take some to the brayer and spread very thin. And go multiple directions. Okay. Another thing is, I don't go like this. This is not good. Go like this. What's the difference? What's the difference between this and this? I'm actually picking up. That means when I go back, it may be actually going from different starting point of the brayer is different. That makes the ink to be more mixed evenly rather than going like this. If you go like this, same side of the brayer is touching the same surface, and probably you are not mixing well. Okay, so it's good to go like this. Just practice lifting, starting over. Okay, then remember this sound, and remember this sound. That's bad. This is bad sound. Okay. This is better sound. You don't hear that, right? If you hear, that means that your ink is too thick. I want you to have thin layer of ink onto the block, but multiple times. rather than very thick layer for one time. You have to use a very thin layer and build up multiple times. Otherwise, you have a chance of over-inking it. Okay? If you have a very thick ink on the brayer, you may actually go into some groove and you may lose some details. All right? So make thin enough, but you apply multiple times. All right. See what happened. It's always hard to print very good impression in a very fast try. Normally takes a few impressions. So bring this one to this. You never actually print here because you may have some ink around. Okay, you get some ink around on the margin. It's always good to bring to a clean surface with a template. Okay, and bring the paper. And I want to start with a newsprint this time. And my barrel. Probably my button is a little bit better button than your button, but it's same concept. You have to go with your palm like that, not like this, okay? You go like this and pressing with your palm and try, make sure paper doesn't get shifted or agitated. And try to go from the center to outside, but also make sure you cover the edges. Okay, the first impression has never been good because I have some funny spot here. And it's actually different things going on. So all right, let me go one more time. And this time I try Japanese paper. If you are using a Japanese sketch paper, make sure you're printing on the smooth side. Some people try to do on the rough side and you don't get a good impression. It's good to use a smooth side. it's good to check what's going on like this. And if it's not dark enough, I want you to put the paper back. It's getting better, but it's not totally perfect and solid. So I'm gonna use a spoon to supplement my pressure. I have my wooden spoon here and also even doorknob, okay? I mean, Japanese paper is thin enough, so you may see what's going on in the front side a little bit. And make sure you are having clean hands when you're handling paper, okay? I don't want you to have so much inks around the paper edges and also margins. All right, it's not bad. Shellac is a little bit sticky still. All right, so this is my first result on Japanese paper now. Okay, I may have to print a little bit, press a little bit more here, but it's not bad. I can do one more. Never leave your brayer like this on the ink strap like that, because it may dry and give some spot, a particular texture. So always leaving your brayer not touching the surface. Okay, don't go like this for a long time. Maybe for 1 minute is fine, not for 5 minutes. Because ink is starting to dry, right? You can, this is actually still oil-based ink. Mine is a Caligo ink. It's a water-soluble oil-based ink, okay? So still, it's not, you can work maybe for half an hour without much problem, okay? But if you have a dinner and come back, maybe it's already dry a little bit, okay? Depending on how thin your area is. Here, those thick layers probably last a long time. And the thin layer start to dry much faster. Okay, so you have to watch that. Okay, but it's not immediate. I know that the Speedball ink dries much faster than Caligo brand. So that's why I always recommend Caligo as better ink for this medium. Okay, okay. And try any kind of rubbing tools. Okay, anything you can rub. Last semester, people brought different things. Some people using some weight for weightlifting. So I think you can just think about anything to give some pressure. Doorknob is also handy, but also giving a little bit of a texture of rubbing marks. Okay, paper is very thin, right? And if you keep rubbing, yes, because of friction, you may get some hole, right? If you are rubbing for a long time, I recommend you to have a tracing paper to protect the backside. But if you are doing a color assignment, you are using 4 or 5 times of the layer, then you have a chance to make the hole to the paper, okay? So it's actually good to, if you're doing color, I recommend to have tracing paper as a protection from friction. I'm gonna talk about cleanup